Jeff, how do you deal with that, all the talk, mate? Like you talk with your hands. Does it play in your head a bit?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of talk normally before the fight, and I enjoy it. It really builds it up and gets my motivation going to really want to win the fight. And Michael was a little bit more quieter than I thought he was going to be today, but still, there's still chat, there's still talk about us punching each other in the face, so I'm ready.
Why do you think he was quieter then?
Oh, I think, look, I don't think Michael is a bad guy normally. He's definitely a little bit cocky, and he certainly hasn't changed with that, but he's just, I don't know, he knows what he's coming up against.
Jeff, you're not pressure boxer. It sounds like there's going to be blood in Bendigo, to put it bluntly, do you reckon?
Yeah, look, most likely there's going to be blood in Bendigo. It's going to be a tough fight, it's going to be a war. Most likely one of us or both of us is coming out with blood on our faces.
Who's going to have more blood, mate?
Oh, hopefully Michael's going to have more blood on his face than I will. It's going to be, yeah, you never want to be the one with the blood on your face.
Now, talking about you walking around at weight, how does that feel differently for you?
Look, I normally have to fight the scales before getting in and fighting the fighter, so that's one less fight I have to have before this one.
Has it slayed you at all though, that extra weight?
No, I don't think so. I still feel the same person. I just don't feel as drained as I normally do at this time.
What about your power? Do you think your power is still going to be maintained in that heavier weight?
Yeah, the power certainly is heavier than it was when I was in the lighter weight division. I think just that extra weight on my body, and just, I don't know, the muscles must be relaxing because they're hitting way harder.
Do you reckon you'll put him down early?
Oh, I never like to predict a fight, and I always think that's bad luck to predict a knockout early, but it's always nice to go home early.
With this power, like it could be the conversation after tomorrow night, this is the reinvented Jeff on middleweight going forward. Like this could be a whole new restart to your career if you do something impressive tomorrow night.
This is a reinvention of my boxing game, and it's at a new weight, and I'm jumping 2 weight divisions, not just 1, but 2, to play with big boys.
Have you looked to anyone in particular who's done that jump for motivation or to see that it can be done?
I don't know who. I'm sure there's plenty of fighters that have done the 2-division jump before, but Manny Pacquiao is an 8-division world champion, and look what he's done. He's still a world champion as we speak now.
And you beat him?
And I beat him.
You talked about not getting that respect, and people saying about the fights you've had, they brush them off. Talking about making a statement, is that a big motivator for you?
Yeah, look, you need to convert people, and the only way to do that is by beating their fighters, and Michael is a very popular fighter in Australia, and he's definitely, because of that, he is one of the greatest fighters in Australia, and he thinks that and he believes that, and he should be number 1, and I'm there to stop him.
Have you worked as hard for this fight as you did the Manny fight?
I work hard for every fight, and I had to work hard for this fight because I only had 8 weeks to get ready for it.
Is the motivation still as strong, Jeff, as ever?
Definitely. The motivation is still there, just as strong as it was before. I've got another daughter, and I guess there's a lot of males out there, a lot of fathers know how expensive daughters can probably be when they get to their teenage years.
So it's not is it just money, mate, you're fighting for?
It's not just money, it's my family, it's my lifestyle, it's a lot of things. It just makes life a lot easier.
And how much is pride involved?
Oh, pride is number 1. If you don't put yourself first, normally that's when you fall. So I definitely don't like losing, and my pride is on the line with this one, and I don't want to lose that.
Was it after the Crawford fight that you thought, right, I've got to psychologically remodel, I've got to remake my body, I've just got to rethink how I do this whole profession?
Yeah, with the Crawford fight really made me think about what have I done to lose, and what can I do better, and I really feel like the weight cut that I do weakened me for the fight, and I've just got to improve on that.
I think we've spoken about before that you're pretty much the man in Australian boxing now. Is it a mantle that sits well with you?
Yeah, I don't mind being called the number 1 person in Australian boxing. I guess I did beat a world champion, and now it's still a current world champion, and I guess who else has done that at the moment that's currently a fighter in Australia? Yeah, there's some absolutely great fighters like Jeff Fennick that are absolute legends that would be so hard to ever beat, but yeah.
Given the talk before the bout, do you think you're the politest boxer?
Look, he was quite polite today. This was a nice Michael Zerafa today.
What about you? Are you the politest boxer?
Oh, look, I treat people the way I'd like to be treated, so I treat Michael with respect, and hopefully I get that back.
Did you get anything out of the face-off there?
Not really. I told him, I had a little joke with him. I said to him that he only had one eye, because that's what happens when you stare at someone that close in the face. Their two eyes become one.